Information matrices are soon to be at our disposal. Electromagnetic turbine production has been haphazardly upscaled, and it's time to explore the options that are beginning to open up to us at last. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So you may recall that at the end of the last episode, I picked up a crap ton. Well, it wasn't quite at the end, but I was carrying a bunch, and at the end, I pointed out that I was carrying a bunch of solar panels. And I mentioned taking them back to Alpha Andromedae 2, but I think what I want to do, frankly, is go ahead and increase the power production here. Because power production here is kind of crap, and if I can go ahead and address this now, then it will further ensure that I don't have as much to worry about as far as the ongoing import of resources, which are so important on our homeworld. All right, so there is a little bit of blueprint conflict just hitting deposits, which is to be expected when you have a 3-wide solar belt. But we're just going to go around and build this as fast as possible as we start off this episode, and then head back. We probably have more solar panels to pick up, to be completely honest. So that's going to be nice. I don't know that the belt on Alpha Andromedae 2 needs to be expanded more, but if it does, we will. Let's see how this goes. We are almost all the way back around. And there we go. All right. So we'll go this way first. Interesting that some of my bots flew so far that direction. Now what we can do is just fly. I'm going to hover until everyone's back. We are still researching Casimir crystals and miniature particle colliders. It's astonishing. I mean, I guess we're 16 hours into the playthrough, almost 17, so it makes sense that we're starting to see those techs, but it's nice to be this far down the tech tree. We're going to be warping around before very long at all, Legion, and I cannot wait for you to see this. A number of you have picked up the game while I've been playing and are either playing along or ahead of me and have started to discover warping and such, and I'm just glad that you're experiencing the joy that I've wanted to share with the channel since I started playing this game when it came out. It just is absolutely breathtaking. And hopefully we can continue to do that as the series goes forward, or as new series start. Alright, so now I'm actually going to land because being... Seems like maybe just walking alongside the belt might be the fastest way to get them all built. Maybe. No. I might need to stop every few seconds. That'll be the key, as you just saw. But we can also watch our power situation while we're doing this. So we have 60.8 right now, and you can literally see the increase in production from these new belts as we go around. Really nice. You can tell that I've stopped flying because it kind of, the line bottomed out for a second. Stopped climbing. That's fine. Again, we did a lot of work in the last couple of episodes to ensure that we have continuous turbine production. So another thing we can double check really quickly as we finish this, we're going to be right back at the base when we're done going around building this third belt. One of the reasons, by the way, if you need a reminder, if you're less familiar with the game, the reason we need this many solar panels is both the wind and solar panel generation ratios on this planet are atrocious. They're really bad. So we just need a lot of power production on this particular planet. There are means to share power between worlds. We actually have unlocked the Dyson Swarm, and we'll soon be able to start that. We haven't been able to do it just yet, but we do have some solar cells building on Alpha Andromedae 2. So there are definitely means to share power between planets, both involving the Dyson Swarm and involving other means. Okay, so that is everything, and now we're sitting at 76.5. Let's now take a look. Okay, this is better. It's not great, but it's better because we have 400-ish in storage and 400 are on the way. So that's really lovely to see. Also, it looks like our titanium and our chip production are both really, really healthy. Let's take one quick look over here and see how things are looking. So it seems that we may actually be able to expand production on these one more time, which is fantastic. I wasn't expecting that, but right now it's looking like that's the case. So let's do it. And if we have to reduce it, it's possible that I'm just forgetting something that I saw last episode and maybe we're right at the threshold. But for now, let's just go ahead and increase production a bit. We have the power capacity. That might have been one of the things slowing us down last time. And now let's head for Alpha Andromedae 2. Looks like we're mostly on the same side of the solar system. We can speed up a little bit now. We have also unlocked deuterium fuel rods, so we're going to be able to build those quite soon. We technically have what we need to build them now. It's just a matter of, for now we have hydrogen fuel rods and those are perfectly good, and deuterium fuel rods are going to consume a fair amount of my deuterium. So there's a good argument for not going for those too quickly in Dyson Sphere Program. It's like the second you can build deuterium fuel rods, there's excitement, sure, new fuel type. Let's go for it because they're powerful. They're more potent than hydrogen fuel rods, but you want to make sure you have the resources to support them, which is true of all resources and all production chains in Dyson Sphere Program for sure. But now that we're getting up to this point where each individual production item requires so many intricate things from before it in the chain, like we're several layers of complexity deep at this point, and you just need to bear that in mind. I might be overthinking, but it's as a principle that's worth keeping in mind in Dyson Sphere Program. All right, so we are almost back. It looks like Alpha Andromedae 2 is actually behind. No, it's in front of Alpha Andromedae 1, just barely. Little frame rate hitch there. Doesn't happen too often, but it's just because the planet was loading in as I was rapidly approaching. So, we're actually flying the wrong direction. So first things first, let's take a look at our power situation. It looks like we're right about at capacity. So we can probably get away with building some additional panels real quick while I'm looking at it. So same basic idea as before. I'm just going to build this belt everywhere I can. There will be some spots where it will not be buildable, and I'm okay with that. Like here, for example. It's mostly not buildable there because we have to extend that across the water. That's fine. That's interesting that it's putting one there. That doesn't seem like a flat spot, so the blueprint system might be helping me out a little bit. Yeah, this should help the homeworld a great deal. This is perfect. All right, so now I think we've gone more or less all the way around. Yep, that's it. Let's now go ahead and get these built. And this will help ensure the same thing that we just ensured on Alpha Andromedae 4. Because we've been near power capacity here for some time, and having an extra solar belt just to keep things solid so that we don't have the kinds of issues that we've been struggling against for a few episodes are probably a good idea. So the base is already almost a quarter of the planet behind us. We're making our way around the equator here. Let's go ahead and land. Making good progress on research. I'm not noticing any slowdown at all. And remember, that's always a good indicator, even from a distance, that you are producing what you need to produce. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I left all of them behind. That's most of my construction bots. So let's let them return to base, so to speak. And we'll fly forward. Oh, nice. We have some supply bots coming to share with us. So we're almost all the way around. because there's going to be a long space here where we're not going to be able to build too many panels. But as you can see, now we have a very nice surplus. It's not massive, but it's a lot better than we were doing. And I also like the fact that we've built this third belt on Alpha Andromedae 2 because the second belt, you know, is spotty in so many places. This helps make up for that somewhat. It's not perfect, but it helps. Let's get that built there. And as I recall, there were just maybe a few more down here, but I might have already built them when I was standing here. Yes, I did. Perfect. Okay. So, we are very close to finishing our research on Casimir crystals. Let's see how the import situation is looking here. Also, let's just take a look at the overall health of our primary import lines here. It looks like we have... Yeah, proliferator paint is in great shape. Not needing to increase production on that at all. Solar sails are a little bit... Okay, so we are light on prisms, which that is something that I can definitely fix. So why are we light on prisms? That's the next question. We just need more glass production, that's all. So, well, there might be more to it than that, but I'm going to delete that momentarily. Or for a moment, rather, not momentarily. I think this will work best. And then we will place that more or less where it was. And now we've doubled our glass production, and hopefully that won't harm production of... Or rather than not production, hopefully that won't harm our intake of stone too much. I don't think that it will. I think we'll be okay. Let me go ahead and delete that. I'll leave that there for now. Very close to finishing Casimir crystals. What else have we unlocked? Information matrices, which of course require particle broadband. Let's take a quick look at what that requires. Plastic, carbon nanotubes, which we've started building, and crystal silicon. So we'll have to take a look there and see how those resources are doing. It does seem like our oil situation is much better than it was. So you can see the line completely backed up. You can also see this tank filling up. So that indicates to me that oil-wise, we're actually in good shape. Let's see how this is doing. It does look like the oil reserve is emptying rather than filling. Yeah, it's definitely emptying. So what we need to go ahead and do while I'm looking at that is build some additional extractors. Let's look around for a nearby deposit that I have not mined yet. Or maybe I can find one closer to my other extractors. That's probably the most sensible thing to do. Oh yeah, here's a 3.0 right up here. Perfect. And I can see an open spot where I can get it built. Casimir crystal research is complete. Phenomenal. All right, so also we have our solar sails here, so that's going to be quite important. The only sad thing is that this crude oil seep is right on the equator where we're also going to have our Dyson swarm set up quite soon. So I'll just need to be mindful of that. All right, let's move you down here. Okay. Within probably, I would say, 10 episodes, we're likely to have access to that building that I've teased a few times that makes spreading power via these means that you see me trying to use right now. It makes it a little bit simpler. I'm looking forward to that a lot. All right, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more building of these, but thankfully I have the resources that I need. So let's get that done. Perfect. And we are now connected. So let's now go ahead and send oil down. Let's see, where is that? I'm trying to look for that other, there it is. So it's on which line? Got it. So we're just going to bring it straight down and across. Let's straighten that line out so we don't have to worry about it as much. And it's going to come down to right here or so. Nope, that should be good. And then bring it all the way over, connect there. All right, let's go build it from the beginning so that we can have oil flowing out. One of the nice things about the logistics bots bringing me everything, as they're bringing me more now, is I just have those belts handy. And I have more in my inventory whenever I need them. And I haven't needed to go grab additional ones. I'm just so spoiled by that ability. As soon as it was even mentioned in the patch notes, when they first declared that that's something they had added to the game, I was immediately like, oh, that's really handy. So now I won't have to constantly grab the things that I'm going back and forth to get. I can just have these bots bring them to me at any time. Definitely a game changer in the true sense of the word. Alright, so that is 3 oil per second more that we've just added to the chain, and you can see the amount increasing on the line here. So that should... Watch this. We're going to go watch it reverse its trend. So it's going down, and now it's definitely climbing again. That's what we wanted to see. So that is, at least for a little while, going to ensure that we have... that all of the production that relies on oil will be able to continue to do so. So we have some carbon nanotubes right here. Actually, ooh, we have a lot of carbon nanotubes. That's fantastic. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I wasn't expecting that many, to be honest. So, I probably need to make crystal silicon on Alpha Andromedae 4 if I'm going to make these, because information matrices require processors, which we already have, and they require particle broadband. So let's look at that in just a moment, but before we look at that, let's revisit this very exciting possibility of having a Dyson swarm sooner than later, because I can see that we're building a good number of these, especially now that... Oh yeah, production on these seems to have sped up a little bit. We are producing more photon combiners now, since we've increased glass. So that should more or less do it for now. Oh, wait, hang on. What's going on here? What? Is that part of the problem? Oh, no, the line is full. Wow, that was not expected at all. You know, the proliferator... Hang on. Could I maybe... Would you let me? Pretty please? No, it won't let me. Not without demolishing one of my buildings, which I could totally do. But we're not going to worry about the proliferating paint for now. Okay, so we have plenty of those. We just need to make the EM rail ejectors at this point, I would say. So what do I need in order to make them? I need steel. I need gears. I have chips handy, so let's go ahead and just plug those in. Alright, so we are currently... It looks like we're a little bit short on energetic graphite. But that's not something that will remain the case as we move forward, because some of the resources we're going to be unlocking soon will give us the ability to produce some of the things that we're using to produce... that we're using energetic graphite to produce without the energetic graphite. Okay, so now I just need the... Alright, these are still being consumed pretty rapidly, I'm guessing because this is full. So I could solve this problem, because I really don't need this many. I don't know why I built up the storage so high, to be completely honest. Looking back on it, it's like, why did I do that? It's, I mean, I can just have one storage, and that's plenty. Remember, these are 30 spots. So, what? 9,000 in one box? That's more than I ever need at one time. So we have plenty of these as well. That's good news. That'll come in handy later. But for now, let me just start grabbing these because I need them in order to make the EM rail ejectors. Oh, and I need gears. Where are the gears? Gears. Here they are. So again, I'm just pushing the tilde key there in order to pull gears quickly into my inventory. Quite a handy thing. Okay. That's enough just for one, and I can probably grab more of these. No, oh no, I can't. What am I out of? Am I out of turbines? I'm out of turbines, aren't I? I am. That's ironic. So there are more on the way, but it still seems like we don't have a really steady flow of turbines coming from that planet, which is a shame. So we can't quite have an amazing setup yet for our Dyson swarm. But what I can start doing is I can head back to Alpha Andromedae 4 and I can start producing the silicon there that I need. So let's take a look at our resource production buildings. I've got, looks like I need a little bit of iron in order to make more of these. That's not a problem. And also, I have noticed a few times that I will need fuel before I go. So let's go ahead and grab some additional fuel rods, stuff them in there. And now we just need to make some of... I do have energy exchangers. Speaking of ways that power can be shared between worlds. I don't think I need to go that route yet, but I have the option. And how is this made? It's made in smelting facilities using silicon. Okay, so it's a second stage to the silicon refining process. And then I would just need to export it, which I think I have the export slot, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a quick look. Totally. So I could bring it here. I'll go ahead and set this to remote demand. I do need to make some additional logistics vessels as well. I think it's time. Before I leave, let's do that. So what do I need? Of course I need turbines. But I can grab some of the things I need now. So I'm going to take... That should be more than enough. That's 400 of that. And also, I can go ahead and stash some of these here. Can't put any more there, unfortunately, but that's to be expected. All right, what else would I need? I have the chips I need. I just need the turbines, really, and that's it. Turbines, and what else? And chips. And I've got the... All right, perfect. So I'm going to head over there and make more of those ships so they can transport a little bit more efficiently. Who knows? That might even partially solve the turbine situation as well. We still have not visited Alpha Andromedae 3. That planet, that poor, poor planet of Alpha Andromedae 3. I'm so sorry. I've just abandoned you for this entire series. We haven't even gone to visit. We haven't even gotten curious. But like, what do you look like? Are you a pretty planet? We don't know. You're just there by yourself, getting ignored because your distant cousin, brother, sister, Alpha Andromedae 4, has all the goods for now. Sorry. That's just the way it is. I can go ahead and delete this, I think. Yep. I can also delete the titanium, to be honest. I don't need a slot for that. And I barely need a slot for the turbines, but I'll leave it there for now because I don't have anything else to replace it with. All right, so I see some more turbines leaving right now, as well as titanium ingots. So this is a really solid export chain at this point. I'm really happy about it. All right, we've arrived. How are we doing here? Let's go ahead and grab all of those, because I need them. And we're going to produce logistics vessels. And now it's saying I need chips. That's a lie. I do not. Perfect. And now it's saying I need turbines, probably. That's what I would guess. Yeah, because there's no way I need anything else. Alright, so that's going to be more than enough. Not going to worry about that. So, now that we're here, how are we doing here? Ah, okay. So it does seem like maybe... Oh, you're not... Oh, hang on. What's the deal here? Let's see if we can figure out what's happened with this situation. It might just be that we're not outputting enough metal. Because it seems like the iron is coming in just fine. Okay, I need to rethink some of this line here. I'm going to solve this problem real quick. Probably delete that now, to be completely honest. It's not necessary to have that there anymore. And that way, I might be able to get 2 additional smelters in here. Yes, I can. And I might have to raise this line to make that work, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and raise it. And then lower this here, and then bring it back down. So this is just 2 more smelters. It's not going to be a huge change. It might be enough to tip the balance, which is all that I need it to do. Also, you know what? One thing I can definitely do to tip the balance right now, we're going to select this, or we're going to try to select that splitter, and I'm going to prioritize the output on the bottom port. Because it just seems like we're doing okay on the production of chips, and we're not doing okay on the production of things in this direction which require metal. So we're going to send all the metal that way for now, and that will be a good kind of 2-step fix to that issue. Now, let's take a look at this situation. It seems like silicon-wise, we are in perfectly good shape to just do what we need to do here. So what I would like to do in this case, a little bit unusual step, but I'm going to come all the way down here. We're going to produce the crystal silicon down here. Because I think that's just what makes the most sense to my brain at the moment. So let's do that. We're almost at the end of this episode, and I'm trying to remain conscious of that. Because this game makes me lose track of all time in the best possible way. I'm sure you can relate. Let's just have... Perfect. Let's just have the 4. And we'll start with that and import based on that. So these are going to produce crystal silicon. And then we will export crystal silicon here. It'll become a remote supply. And also I can go ahead and plop down some of these ships right now. There's only space for 10 total on each, but hey, I mean, that is a means to export. That's how we get it done, so I'll take it. So now we have crystal silicon being exported to Alpha Andromedae 2. Nice and fast. Let's also take a look at our situation down here. Has this situation resolved itself at all? Still seems like... Alright, it actually looks as though I'm not producing enough magnetic rings now. Interesting. Well, that is very easily solved. So it wasn't just, it was both resources that are depending on metal. Although it also seems like maybe I might need to increase my metal production at this point. Especially after I do what I'm about to do. Alright, Alright, so let's go ahead and queue those up. I'm going to get this done before we end the episode, because this will be a nice kind of clean break if I've addressed the resource issues on this planet while also improving the power situation as I did at the beginning. I might need to build it one farther back, it seems. I see. If I build it this way, it's fine. But if I try and drag it this way... Why did it get temperamental? Oh, I hadn't built all of them yet. Duh. Okay. Oh, I feel silly. Alright. Here's those. Do I really have no more splitters? Oh, I have no more sorters, rather. Oh, there we go. Yes, I do. But they're Mark II, though, not Mark III. I might be able to build more Mark III now that I picked those up. Good, 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 good. Alright, so that is not quite enough, ironically. Alright, so let's copy the recipe, paste it to all buildings. And then we will have you kind of just hop up like so. And then the outputs will go there. And this will hopefully help somewhat with this situation. So the last thing that I need... Oh, I just need... That's easily solved. I just need another turbine, which I have plenty of those. So I'm just going to select this line here, hold down the button for a second, snag a few off the line, and now I can make 5 more, which is more than I need. Perfect. Alright, so now we definitely need to increase metal production here because we're not doing enough with our iron. So let's see what the next best resource pile is, the next closest. So there's one here and one here. So we'll just go with the closer for now. Oh, I don't have... All right. I need a few more things to build up these mines. Looks like I have what I need here. Let's take those, and those. And what else did I need? That's right. I'm going to grab some of these actually out of our... No. I didn't want to do that. Just going to grab some out of our production chain like so. It's the fastest way to do it. Alright, and that should have given us what we need in order to build additional mines. 8 more to be precise, which is, I think, more than enough. And I've already got 1 splitter. So what I'm going to do with that, for now I'm just going to do 3 new mines. Let's see if this can help with the situation. I just want to maximize their output by putting them on... Ooh, is that 9? Ooh, I saw a 10x there. Nice. 11x, alright. That's a good productive mine right there. I'll take the 10x there. Nice. Alright, there's the 9. We're going to put that right smack dab in the middle. And then... our tower connection is set up. And all we have to do is set up a splitter here. Did I set that up the right way? Yes, I did. I'm going to let these finish building. Looking at the clock going, it's 35 minutes. We need to stop, Hadrian. I know, but we need to solve this metal issue. This would be, I think, a nice stopping point. Okay. I'm trying to look at where the opening is here. All right, I see. Perfect. So let's just bring it out this way. On the plus side, we're almost done with all of the research we had queued up for this episode. And that could be a good way to frame each episode too. Not only do we make progress each episode towards various goals and objectives, things that we want to pursue, stages in the production of the Dyson Sphere, Dyson Swarm, but also just having a certain amount of research that you try to complete each episode. Just thinking out loud. It's a good way to frame the content, I think. Like, here are the projects we're researching this episode. Oh, look, we're almost done. You know, stuff like that. Don't have to finish them every episode, but it's a good way to measure progress. All right, and that is going to be flawless. So this should really... Oh, hello. Didn't fully upgrade those back in the day. Looks like it's fixed now, though. Look at that. So that's a huge increase in the output going in both directions. Doesn't look like it's completely addressing the iron ingot situation. But on that note, now that I've gotten that done, it looks like we are in really good shape. We're also exporting crystal silicon now, so in the next episode, I'm going to start making a concerted effort to get information matrices building. We'll have another tower producing research cubes, which will give us access to a bunch of research options, which we will queue up at the beginning of the next episode as we examine what those options are. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at noon U.S. Eastern Time. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.